Well, the lasting effect of COVID-19 for some, recovering from the virus takes just a couple of weeks, but for others, it can take months.
Channel 5's Cassandra Garcia spoke with a doctor at DHR about COVID long haulers, and she joins us live with what she learned. Good morning, Cassandra. So how often do people actually experience post-COVID conditions?
Well, Sandra, Trey, Dr. Federico Vallejo with DHR told me that while most people don't have long-term symptoms, it's not uncommon. And he says the best thing anyone can do is listen to their body and go see a doctor if symptoms persist. Many people recover from COVID in a matter of weeks, but some experience what's called post-COVID conditions or long-haul COVID.
The vast majority are not going to have long COVID. It's going to be a minority, but when pretty much everybody is getting infected or close to everybody, that means that a significant number of patients are going to have long-term symptoms.
The CDC describes it as a range of new, returning, or ongoing symptoms that people face 4 or more weeks after being infected with COVID-19.
It's not that very well defined. Remember that it's a new disease. And sadly, we're finding more and more sequelae or side effects of this disease.
The symptoms can be anything from difficulty breathing, chest or stomach pain, and symptoms that worsen after physical or mental activities, to more complicated health problems.
There is also a myriad of other problems, from vertigo to tinnitus to headaches to memory problems to sexual dysfunction, gastric. There is many problems that we're finding.
These symptoms can also be a sign of several other major health issues that result from COVID. So pulmonology specialist Dr. Federico Vallejo says it's best to see a doctor.
How's that feel?
Feels good.
And he explains that post-COVID conditions are not limited to people who had severe illness.
If it was mild COVID and you're experiencing some of these symptoms, give it a couple of weeks to go and see your doctor.
But he says if your oxygen levels ever fall below 90 and you have sharp chest pain that radiates to your arm or more swelling in one leg over another, then you should immediately see a doctor.
And sadly, we have seen a direct relationship between having COVID and heart attacks and pulmonary embolisms.
He says long-haul COVID symptoms can last for several weeks or even months.
It's very unpredictable and difficult to tell, but it is tied to the severity of the acute COVID event.
So he recommends getting vaccinated for the best chance at avoiding long-haul COVID symptoms that last several months.
We know that it's worse depending on the severity of COVID. And we know that unvaccinated tend to do worse when they have COVID.
Dr. Federico Vallejo also explained that post-COVID conditions can make exercising difficult, so he recommends gradually increasing your physical activity to 10 to 20% a day to make sure your body can handle it. Live in McAllen, Cassandra Garcia, Channel 5 News, This Morning.